There's no end to it. This will never end. So you can do this for another 200 years. Well, the number always returns to the carrying capacity, is what I tried to explain to you earlier. In a very short period, the number of the dogs will decrease, but it makes other dogs come to those empty spots. What happens is, you see in India, for instance, they have rabies there, the spreading of certain diseases will increase because of this migration of the dogs. Well, I have to explain this. It's not very humane to kill beings all the time. And it's very important. It's not accepted by most citizens. Even if they find street dogs a burden, still, in a lot of countries, citizens don't accept this method. But why do they still keep on doing this? I mean, for ages, for decades, they try to keep on killing dogs. Well, of course, you have complaints. There are people who complain barking dogs at night, and the department of certain municipalities, they react and start driving there and start killing dogs. A lot of municipalities, and I'm sure among you maybe there are people from municipalities, they're afraid if we change our policy, maybe there are jobs to take. I will lose my job, so I don't want to change anything. In Holland, I don't know, I think it's in Bulgaria as well, municipalities, offices are not very willing to make new policies. They're a little afraid of changes. This is an example of Bucharest. Bucharest, a few years ago, decided to kill as many stray dogs as they could. Bucharest has a carrying capacity of about 100,000 dogs. So they started killing all the 100,000 dogs in 3 years' time. It cost 5 million euros, and after 3 years, the number of dogs is still 100,000 dogs because of the carrying capacity. It has no effect. For growing dogs are not it should be your target to solve the problem. Same again, not all the dogs can be caught because nobody wants the dog they feed to be caught by a municipal dog catcher. It's also very inhumane because in Italy, for instance, Italy has a rehoming rate of 7%. So 7% of the dogs in a rehoming center is only being rehomed. This is in Romania. This is a no-kill policy shelter. This is not a good environment for dogs. Too many dogs in a small place. This is in Asia, a no-kill shelter, no-kill policy. No-kill dogs or not belong. And Holland is dog Auschwitz. That's how we call them. Expensive way of dealing with surplus of dogs, because having dogs in a shelter costs a lot of money, and if you're taking in more and more dogs, you have to have more money for dog food, medical treatment. This is the most expensive way. What you see in Italy now is that because it's centrally financed, shelter owners, municipalities say they have 400 dogs in the shelter, they get money for 400 dogs, but they kill 300 dogs. So we call it corruption sensitive. And the mafia in Italy is actually involved in dog shelters nowadays. So I don't find this a very good solution at all. Again, it's never ending. You can do this for decades. Well, the same as it goes for this, the number the problem itself won't be solved because the number of dogs will grow back to carrying capacity. And of course, increased migration, I explained that previous, and it's increased spreading of diseases. why do they still continue this? Well, because new animal welfare kill poverty. So that's why we have to build camp shelters and local dogs on shelters. Of course, the same goes for these complaints by citizens, jobs at stake, and afraid of changes. And it can be profitable because of this corruption sensitivity. These are the only censuses in Europe. We calculated if we have, I think, for Bulgaria, for Sofia, for instance, I used 9,000 dogs, and you can tell by all these censuses that those 9,000 dogs, it's not correct. Because you wouldn't have a straight up problem if you only have 9,000 street dogs in a city of 1.4 million people. You wouldn't have a problem. So I calculate if you have used the same. But the funny thing is, I saw figures. We go from 9,000 to 250,000 dogs in Sofia. I saw a figure of 500,000 dogs in Sofia. You can make an estimation on how long the project should last. But I find it very disturbing that there's not enough censuses to prepare. I know in Greece on roads there was a very nice project, very small, but they have it well documented. You have to, if you start to intervene, you have to make your statistics. You have to keep on with your statistics. Well, remove the food sources, that's also a policy that fails, because you have the people feeding the dogs, and it's very hard to persuade people, please don't feed the dogs. People will feed the dogs. It's very hard to control those people. So, this is the solution. This is a pyramid from the US, and it shows you how many dogs actually, two dogs, pair of dogs, female and male, can produce in 6 years' time. So this is a battle we will never win. If you're going to kill dogs or kennel dogs, you will never win the battle because they breed so fast. Now, some of you will think, okay, what if I kill those two dogs on the top? Then I have to redo my story about carrying capacity, because then you haven't understood my story about carrying capacity. Because if you kill those two dogs, I explained to you previously about carrying capacity has no effect at all. We use this with children, to explain what one pair of fertile dogs can cause. This is not my invention or Robert's invention to start spaying your dogs. These are all reports written about it. The World Health Organization, together with Whisper, they made a brilliant report in 1990 where Robert showed the quotation. The OIE made guidelines. OIE is the advisor of 177 countries. They also advocate collect CNVR code, it's collect, return, vaccinate and return. ICANN has a brilliant report which you all should try to read. Robert made some reports, Forecast made reports, India, there are many sources to read about it. Well, these are some quotations from the Whisper report, the World Health Organization report. I will try to read it slowly so it can be interpreted. Removal and killing of dogs should never be considered as the most effective way of dealing with the problem of surplus dogs in the community. It has no effect whatsoever on the root cause of the problem. Small quotation. In the long term, controlled reproduction is by far the most effective strategy of dog population management. Again, it's science. this is one of my last slides. Of course, you have to mention what benefits brings CMVR. Well, because of the dogs won't migrate that much, so the spreading of diseases and zoonosis will decrease. Less fighting incidents, because male dogs, the hormones, they start to change and become less aggressive. Of course, less road accidents, because the dogs, without the movement of dogs, you have less car accidents. It's humane, and it's a long-term solution. This will come to an end, because people who own dogs, they will help you in the end. So, I'm going to talk about this later on, but we showed in Australia a reduction of 90% in 5 years' time. So, if you speak of a quick solution, I think 5 years, personally, I think it's a very good solution. And it's a lot cheaper. It saves you a lot of money if you do this instead, because on the long term, it can save you really a lot of money.